everyone! Today we're discussing a significant public health topic. U.S. Surgeon General urges cancer warnings for alcoholic drinks. This news highlights concerns about alcohol's link to cancer, with the U.S. Surgeon General urging stronger warning labels on alcoholic beverages. While alcohol already carries some warnings, these new recommendations could lead to stricter regulations, much like those seen with tobacco products. This issue raises important questions about public health, personal responsibility, and the role of government in regulating consumer products. Before we analyze the article, let's take a moment to consider the broader context. Alcohol has long been a part of social life, yet its health risks are often downplayed. How do societies balance enjoyment, industry profits, and public health concerns? Let's take a deeper look. Governments often regulate substances that pose health risks, such as tobacco, sugary drinks, and even fast food. Alcohol has been widely studied, and researchers agree that excessive drinking can lead to liver disease, cancer, and other health problems. However, unlike cigarettes, alcoholic beverages are still widely accepted in society, and many people don't consider moderate drinking a health risk. The U.S. Surgeon General's recent push for stronger warnings aims to inform consumers about the cancer risks associated with alcohol. But how effective would warning labels really be? Would they lead people to drink less, or would they be ignored? Let's explore this idea further. Do you think alcoholic beverages should have cancer warnings? Would clearer labeling make people change their drinking habits? Why or why not? This issue has strong arguments on both sides. Public health experts argue that people have the right to know the risks, as clearer warnings could help individuals make informed decisions. Studies have shown that stronger cigarette warnings led to reduced smoking rates, so similar effects might be possible for alcohol. On the other hand, critics argue that warning labels alone won't significantly change behavior. Many people already know alcohol isn't good for their health but continue drinking anyway. Businesses also worry that warning labels could harm the alcohol industry, causing economic losses and job cuts. Ultimately, the effectiveness of such labels depends on how they are designed and promoted. If people don't feel the risks apply to them, they may ignore the warnings. This raises an important question. Should education campaigns accompany warning labels to ensure the message reaches consumers? Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll define each word, look at it in context, and go over example sentences. Let's begin. First, let's look at reassess. This verb means to evaluate something again, often with the intention of making changes. In the article, the Surgeon General suggests that alcohol consumption guidelines should be reassessed, meaning they should be reviewed to see if they are still appropriate based on new research. Here's an example. The government decided to reassess its alcohol consumption guidelines after new studies linked moderate drinking to cancer risks. Second, we have prominently. This adverb means that something is done in a way that is easily seen, noticed, or stands out. In the article, the discussion revolves around whether alcohol warnings should be prominently displayed, similar to the large warnings on cigarette packs. Here's an example. The health warning was prominently placed on the front of the bottle, making it impossible to miss. Next, we have compound. This verb means to make something worse by adding to it. In the article, an analyst mentions that warning labels might not immediately destroy the alcohol industry, but they could compound the long-term challenges it faces. In other words, adding warning labels might increase the pressure on alcohol producers over time. Here's an example. Raising taxes on alcohol could compound the industry's financial difficulties, making it harder for small businesses to compete. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. The U.S. Surgeon General suggests adding cancer warnings to alcoholic drink labels, similar to tobacco regulations. Though alcohol increases the risk of 7 types of cancer, many Americans remain unaware of its dangers. Therefore, current U.S. guidelines, which recommend limited drinking, may be reassessed. Additionally, alcohol is the third leading preventable cause of cancer after tobacco and obesity. Although alcoholic drinks already carry warnings, updated labels could boost public awareness. Moreover, the WHO states that no level of drinking is completely safe, sparking debates about moderate consumption. Let's take a look at the answer. The first answer is drinking. This refers to the act of consuming alcohol, which is currently regulated through US guidelines. The second answer is reassessed. This means reviewed or reconsidered, as the article discusses the possibility of updating guidelines based on new research. The third answer is preventable. This emphasizes that alcohol-related cancers, like those caused by tobacco and obesity, can be avoided with lifestyle changes. The fourth answer is boost. This means to increase or improve something, in this case, public awareness of alcohol-related health risks. The last answer is sparking. This means triggering or causing debates, as the WHO's stance on alcohol has led to intense discussions worldwide. We explored the debate on alcohol warning labels, the public health concerns linked to drinking, and key vocabulary from the article. As you reflect on today's lesson, consider this. What other products that don't normally have warning labels are actually more harmful to one's health than most realize? Would this influence people around you? We'll discuss your thoughts in our next session. Until then, happy reading!